Hey guys, welcome to the 2024 Antique Radio Club of Illinois Radio Fest. Last year it got rained out. Well, the year before it was 100 degrees. Let's see what happens this year. Should be good weather. We're also supposed to have indoor vendors, so I think it's going to be a better turnout than usual. It already looks like it's a better turnout than usual. I'm also going to try to do less walking and do more standing still and panning, because I know how jolting and nauseating the video footage can get. So let's see what's here.
Repurpose it. Repurpose one. Right, repurpose the stuff from one. And
I'll take the junky one, maybe throw it in that cabinet. Somebody will go, what the hell is that?
Yeah, it is. That's fine. Bins over there.
Not out
Right. And in the bins, they're separated. Like ones that have brass inserts will all be in one container. You know, so when you're going through them, you can go a little faster.
How much are you looking for?
Those, if they're in that bin over there, they're $5 a piece, and these would be $8 if I have it. Yeah. The Zenith. Right. That's kind of a hard one to really get a thousand color in.
That I can't tell, but I could be wrong.
all stereo AM and the oh, that's you're going to get more channels, it's going to be better quality, and you have that robustness, more robustness in reception, especially if you don't mind watching the 480p. You can watch it on your cell phone.
Yeah, we do indeed have indoor vendors. Lots of books, magazines.
You got two judges right here. We just don't think about it. Don't think on it too much, otherwise you
Last turn, and this is on the way to the last turns. Because it's turning, I think it's this moves with the glass, the outer one. Yeah, they're very good.
No help to you. The guy came up when he was from Arkansas showing you.
We want to leave with it's fairly. It's actually these. It's not an antique.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
But it's cute.
See, I'm doing like it's kind of like 5 or 6 times. Yeah. But for me to drive by in this condition, this is all those towns, and you go. Now you like it, you feel the history, and you miss it. You don't.
We got TV collectors here. Mr. Harlan's over there and Mr. Pike.
I saw him.
We got a roundies.
It's the only thing I bought so far.
Hey.
Come to an Antique Radio Club and buy an ATSC.
But we need these really abused. So maybe I'll, take it and then because that one's clean. It's got the gate.
Hey, a little Motorola. Well, I'm not looking for much of anything here. Hey, Doug.
Hey, Bob, how are you?
Good, good. How you doing?
Good.
Knobs for that Crosley I restored recently. It's a long shot, but you never know. Or I could buy this. No, I couldn't. Not for sale. Decent turnout. About average, I'd say, except that the weather isn't so horrible. Last year by about 9 a.m. everybody was running for the hills because of the rain. There's Tom Carlson. And of course, he's got some TVs and some Scott chrome-plated chassis.
I'm a TV collector. I've got over 100 vintage television sets in my collection. So I've been reading up on history for decades on this stuff. I know way more than I should.
Want to buy some more TVs? I'm looking to downsize.
Oh yeah.
I don't live in the Chicago area.
I was talking to him.
My oldest is a 1939 RC.
I've got one TV,
12,
630
and
TS, that's it.
I cut my
Thought about
collection
getting
off for the
into
most
them
part
one time,
about
but I just don't have the room for
1975
them.
when they stopped producing.
Knobs, tubes, parts, and tubes.
Another half hour close to yes, usually should somebody their SJ7s out there. 45s. That water kept the spoon cabin like 1928, really nice. And I was asking $100. He said, "This is nice. I'll give you 150." So I've never had that happen.
Knobs.
I want American-made capacitors.
Look,
Yeah, I know.
got a point.
You know what? I told my kids if they want to do their hair every month, we'll carry it off. That's back 2 years. Can you imagine you got 3 women and they want to do their hair every month? That's great. More than that, it's like they take care of big tippers.
Big tippers for 2 minutes.
And every weekday night, Bob Bailey and his transcribed adventures of the man with the action.
Just got home. Scratch what I said about the weather being great. I mean, it didn't rain, but it started getting hotter and hotter until we were in the low 90s, baking out in the asphalt parking lot. And the hotter it got, the more the prices dropped in the donation area at any rate, until everything was free. So I swung my car around and grabbed a few last-minute items. So we'll go through some of the paperwork. I got a bunch of service manuals. That was a surprise. And some of them are factory original, like the Sylvania, which covers test equipment and TVs and radios. So that's kind of neat. National. There were actually a couple of these. I probably should have grabbed both. This may kill some of you, but really I got this for the knobs because I have a national TV in the same gray scheme that's missing knobs. So that's why I got this. I probably won't be restoring it. Same with this box. A while ago I floated the idea of making a reproduction. Early Farnsworth TV, the kind he made his prototype in the late 20s. It used knobs like this. I've tried to describe them to people without much luck, but this is a common 20s type knob where it has a thin line with an arrow. It looked from the photos I've seen he used some knobs like that. That's the only reason I grabbed it. These got a whole bunch of non-polarized AC interlocks. Sometimes these are damaged on TVs, so or radios, phonographs, but that's why I grabbed those. So this stuff is free. This I did pay a few bucks for, but I didn't really take a close look at it. It's the, I think this might be the first. It's a B&K Model 350. I don't know if there's a Model 300, but it's a CRT tester that only does early type black and whites. But the dial glass has become detached from the frame. I'm hoping I can reattach it and everything is still good. So this is the only type of picture tube I work with. It's worth it to me to streamline the process, and it came with this nice set of GE adapters too for somewhat newer types. No charts, but it's available online. I'm sure it's the same as the 400 or 440 and later ones. Case is a little bit beat up, but it looked really nice inside, and it's early, so that's why I grabbed it. Now for the even better stuff. So, I went there with no intention of doing anything but maybe looking for some knobs, and I might have found a couple of the Crosley knobs I need, but it was a gamble. I couldn't quite tell. Like I said, I didn't bring the one knob I have that I need more of. I didn't bring with me. I just had a crummy photo, so that was my fault. Anyways, in the indoor area they had a bunch of paperwork, and I went through it and found some neat stuff. I may or may not have this. I know I have one of the volumes of Color TV service, but considering how inexpensive this stuff was, I grabbed it. Most of this I grabbed just because I thought it'd be interesting to go through some of these tech tips and stuff. So we'll go through that in a bit. This was the real surprise. I got this from a fellow TV collector. I'll show you, give you a better look at it. This is also a bit of a gamble because it's just an empty cabinet, but it's in really, really nice shape. I think I have the chassis for this. Oh, let's take a look in the garage. See at a early television convention swap meet. Yes, I think I see it. I think I see it. I see it. A few years ago, a colleague of mine gave me that chassis. That is a chassis that goes in that cabinet. And he gave it to me, I scavenged the picture tube out of it. And the rest of it, I was on the fence about throwing it away, scrapping it out. I kept it. I might have scavenged some parts out of it. Oh yeah, I took the tuner out. I knew I had done something with it. So, I gotta hunt around. I can't remember if I gave the tuner to somebody or if it's still kicking around here somewhere. Otherwise, I think I have some tuners from other things I've scrapped out I can put in there. But anyways, we have the genesis of making one very nice complete Admiral TV. Here's a better look at it. So it's Bakelite tabletop, and it has the door, and it's intact and beautiful and pristine. That was the big selling point for me. These are almost always missing, and the one example I have where it's still there, it's cracked. So that was a real treat to get. And the final thing I got, I think I already have this exact model or one awfully similar. This was recommended to me a while ago, but I've never unboxed mine or tried using it. It is a multimedia box. But the feature that I wanted out of it is it can receive over-the-air digital ATSC, and it has component output. The red, green, and blue separate outputs. No RF output. But the idea is over-the-air, and then take just the green output, which removes, so you don't have the color info, just the luminance info, and take that to an RF modulator. It should remove the chroma dots that I see on my higher quality receivers. But this can also, I think, play maybe MPEG files with a flash drive or something like that. I don't honestly know. It can do a bunch of things, but that's the reason I got that. First off, let's just get the Crosley knob out of the way. I don't know why in the world I didn't bring this with me. I already know I got the wrong knobs. I mean, the vendor did what he could based on the photo I showed him and what we pulled out our Crosley knobs, but they're from Radio, and yeah, they're too small. So, oh well. There's a few bucks wasted. I mean, I'll hang on to them, of course. And yeah, I mean, the guy does know his knobs, and I will send him a photo. He can be contacted online. I think that's how he does most of his business, actually. They're just too small. Just too small. I mean, in a pinch, they could be used. Little baby knobs on there, but oh well. And I needed the outer knobs too, so oh well. Let's move on. Tell you what, I'm going to break off the video here and do separate videos on the items I picked up. Particularly, I'm going to do a lengthy one going through the publications I picked up. So that's going to be it for now. Hope you enjoyed this look through the 2024 Antique Radio Club of Illinois Radio Fest. Thanks for watching.